Peace, peace, peace. I love you guys. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. My name's Jeremiah, and you're tuning into Secrets of the Sacred Serpent, where we discuss all things spirituality and the occult. Today, we're actually going to discuss something that's been a little bit less talked about than the Great Conjunction that happens on the winter solstice with Jupiter and Saturn entering Aquarius. But there's definitely been a bunch of other celestial events that have been happening that are signs and stuff to show us that we're moving into this great golden age. So, one thing, I'm going to show you a picture here in just a minute of one of the eclipse things that I'm talking about. But here coming up on the 14th, we have down in South America, there's going to be a solar eclipse. So, what also is happening on that day is there's a new moon transiting from Sagittarius to Capricorn. So we see this on the last week on the 7th. We're on the last quarter. At the end of last month we had the full moon. So here on Moon's Day, and notice all of these days have been falling on Monday. So the last quarter last week on the 7th fell on Monday, a Moon's Day. On the 14th, it falls on a Monday, Moon's Day. And then a week later on the winter solstice, the moon's on the last quarter on Moon Day, on Monday. So there's a lot of things aligning here. And also, the eclipse that is happening on December 14th is because I'm going to show you this real quick. Let me try to block the sun from back here. Okay, in August 21st of 2017, we had a solar eclipse that came over the United States. It traveled up through here. And then on April the 8th of 2024, we're going to have another eclipse coming over here. Now, there's a city that's like right underneath this X point that's called Little Egypt. In some stories, the Anunnaki was said to create humanity within the pyramids of Egypt. And a lot of people are thinking the Anunnaki are coming back, but I just wanted to show that kind of connection. Not saying that they're coming back by any means, but so what's happening on the 14th when we have this new moon, directly below us in South America, they're going to be having a solar eclipse on the 14th. Now, what's interesting about this is that this solar eclipse is marking the midway point between these two. So the solar eclipse that happens while we're having a new moon up here and the solar eclipse down here, there was exactly 1,211 days. If you go back from December 14th, there's 1,211 days from this, and then there's 1,211 days from this. Also, there was a thing in Revelation, and I look at the Bible as much more as a book of allegory and astrology. It has a lot of astrology in it. And there was a prophecy in Revelation where it spoke about the virgin being cloaked with the sun or the moon and 12 crowns above her head was something that happened in 2017. So it was like in December, maybe the winter solstice. I can't remember the exact date, but or maybe December 17th of 2017. I'm not 100% sure on the date, but it was this year, on 2017, that Virgo had the sun or moon at her feet, the opposite at her head, a few different, I can't remember what planets it was, came into her crown to create 12, and maybe it was the moon or Jupiter or something that was being birthed out of her canal. And that was a fulfillment of that astrological prophecy, because that's what that part in Revelation meant. It was saying, hey, for, like it says in there, he who hath wisdom, let him have understanding. So when you see that it's talking about that in the heavens, that's what you would see. It's talking about an astrological event. So that biblical prophecy was fulfilled in 2017. Then we had this eclipse. 1,211 days later, we're having a new moon right before the Great Conjunction and a solar eclipse down here. And then 1 week later, we have the Great Conjunction. which if you haven't checked out my video on that, check that out. This great conjunction is marking the entrance point into the age of Aquarius. But I just wanted to point out that there's a lot more going on in the stars than even people realize. I've heard a few people talking about this, but not a lot. And, you know, it's just very interesting the way the timing lands on these. And what I want to tell you guys to basically is to be prepared for the winter solstice, this great big conjunction, this great event that's happening between Jupiter and Saturn. This point at the new moon would be the perfect time to plant seeds of intention, the perfect time to set what you're going to manifest in this upcoming year or few years. Plant your intentions now during this new moon, because new moons are very good for starting new things, planting your intentions, setting what you want to start to manifest by that full moon, or even later. You know, it can take later at times, but set your intentions. Make sure that you guys are eating a light diet. You don't want to be eating super heavy during these big celestial events. If you can, fast. Fasting, I will be fasting and then eating just fruit in between. So like grapes, maybe an apple here and there or something, to have a very light diet. And I've also been doing some detoxes and cleanses, and also doing energy work. So I'm doing a japa japa and chakra shuddhi exercises, and I'm also doing qigong and grounding myself into the earth and sun gazing. There's many different things that you could be doing to be connecting spiritually, but just make sure that you are tapping in any way that you know how, and really being able to integrate these energies that are coming in. Because if your body's super unhealthy, you're putting a bunch of toxins into your body and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to integrate these new frequencies that are coming in. So make sure that we're doing our best just to better ourselves at all times, to take care of ourselves as good as we know how, to eat healthy, to exercise, and do our spiritual practices and rituals and meditation. Meditation is very foundational. But just make sure that you're tapping in. This is the time to plant your seeds. That's pretty much for this video. I just wanted to tell y'all about these eclipses, 1,211 days from each other. And so my guess would be in 2024, we're going to have another really, really big event during this solar eclipse. But who knows what it'll be? Only the future will bring it to us. But stay in your now and just let it come when it comes. But I love you guys. If anybody has any questions, leave them in the comment section below, or comments. Like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'll be bringing much more videos in the near future. I love you guys. Peace.